Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a pretty ropey rack. No real bingo prospects here, I don't think. Opponent scores well with O jimes. Just looking at ways of scoring maybe off the J. I have oaf here. That's 25, not a good rack leave. What about the J? Geofail. 34, that looks okay. Does take an S, so hopefully opponent doesn't have one of those. Now, I've drawn fairly well here. I have the Ilmenite through an I. Oh, it did play. Oh, it still does play through this I. But is there a bingo beginning with an F or an S? Not quite filament. Flightman, no. Fulmiant, no. Now melinite is good as well. Melinite, ilmenite, and I think there's a third one. But I'll go with melinite because it scores best. Unless there's a bingo through the O. Maybe a shin ending word. No, not seeing it. I'll go with melinite. Wow, that gives back easy score to opponent, but at least we both have a shot at a triple word square. Okay, I have Ms bottom left. That'll address the duplicate I and score well. Do I have a Z play or an F play? I have said I for 30, keeping the Z. Opponent likely to play here. Now I also have fizz here, continuing with that theme of volatility. 46, okay, opponent has scored well there. Now, do I have that Z play? Not that I can see. I have Daif, that's 30. And then I have Cuz for the next turn. Yeah, I'll go with this. Not a good pickup. I mean, good in the sense I've drawn the X, but the U, well, I can still do something with this rack. So play of Cos would score quite well. which I think I'll pull the trigger on. I draw the Q, and I have souk on my rack. No great spot for that currently. Any X hotspots? I have cheese and melanites for 28. Yeah, I think I will go with this because I have 2 S's, so I don't mind using one of them. Actually, that's 28. What about chi here? 33. And it doesn't give back a Q play to opponent. Yep, I'm going with this. Not great. My rack has deteriorated into a clunky set of consonants. Accompanied by just one vowel, and the most undesirable of the vowels at that. So I'll be looking to sort this problem out. Partly my own doing with the last couple of plays, but let's see how we can remedy it. I haven't identified any decent plays currently. Actually, I've got 6 here, which Vum takes an O. I don't have an O, so opponent might be setting himself up. 6 for 29. That's getting a little closer to bingo territory. Is cubings good? Doesn't currently play anywhere. Scubaing through an A. Maybe opponent will leave an A hanging out there. What about just a play of fub? If I draw an E with this rack, or an A, I'm looking quite good. Any vowel, really. Okay, opponent's played Pierog. Now, do I burn the S for a 40-point play? For example, bungs. 40 points on the nose. I think I do go with this. Yeah, I'm taking the points, and also the tile turnover increases my chances of drawing one of those juicy blanks. I don't draw a blank. I do have dictate though. It does not currently play, unfortunately. Does dictate have an anagram? Tacited? Don't think tacit is a verb. Think it's only an adjective. Now what about this U? Chordate? No. What about the B? Dilatory, that's very nice. Doesn't appear to help me. I don't think dictator is good. It would have to be dictator. Dicty is good for about 30. Dedicate through ED. No. Scrap that. What about an oid ending word? Tecatoid, catatoid. Catatoid? No. Catatoid. Doesn't sound familiar, no. Not familiar enough anyway. Let's try dictator. No, I didn't think it would be good. Latticed, I think, is good, but the L too far down. What about factoid is good, but not faceted. Fictated. What about this N? Wow, it seems so close, and I feel like I'm missing something here, but I'll have to play something now. Catatoid. It's catanoid. That's what I was mixing it up with. Anyway, I'm going with Dicty. Not a bad rack leave. 33. Probably missed a bingo there, but so be it. Not a good pickup. I will not be bingoing this turn. And look at that. 2 blanks still unseen. Yeah. Opponent bingos and takes the lead. So, yeah, not looking good. What do I have here? Deet 33. Yeah, kind of have to do it. Still no blanks, and now I'm really concerned that opponent has picked them up, or at least one of them. And look at all these juicy floaters for opponent to utilize. Yeah, it's just a matter of time before it comes down. Hula 32. Is there perhaps a bingo here? 5L8. Dough is good. Nothing. No, I'd need 2 E's, I think. I can't get parallel play under nut brown. 26, lure 1U to come. I'd prefer to play all 4 tiles if possible. But do I take out bingo lanes? That's the question. Because I have to assume opponents close to a bingo. Hewlett. Hallett. No, that's no good. What about laugh? Ah, that's PH. No, not. I was thinking GH. Ralph. EAU. Three vowels. 32 for hula. No. It's looking ominous. Look at those bingo-y tiles, 2 blanks. Yeah, I have to accept defeat. Opponents bingoing for sure now. Sometimes you just have to face the music. I think even if I played across the top, yeah, just waiting for opponent to find the best possible bingo. Wow, those, apart from the V, everything there looks fantastic. Literally everything. No duplications available and beautiful synergy. Even the Y would be... The V actually works as well with these tiles. So yeah, I'd be very surprised if opponent didn't bingo with that lot. I suppose there's possibility that he doesn't have... He maybe has 1 vowel and 1 blank. But yeah, that's on the balance of things. I'd say he's bingoing 80% chance of bingoing this turn, because he's got vowels to play through anyway, even with that vowel shortage. Ah, interesting. Wow, look at that. If opponent doesn't bingo now, I'll eat my hat. Wow, what do I do? Do I play through the O? Play of Dowra, for example. Oh, that's 12 points. It's so weak. So where are the bingo lanes? Through the O. He can't bingo column N. The B potentially, but a bit trickier. So my only chance is to play through the O. Radular would be good, but oh, wait a minute. Aurora. Aurora. 16. DG. Well, there's no way I can win anyway, because look at what I've picked up. Gaddy is good, but yeah, just not much I can do. Opponent can still bingo ending in ing. So what does he have? Or even en. There's going to be at least 4 or 5 bingos opponent can play there. Maybe I should have played just from, yeah, there we go, Iron Man. So that was the end of the game. 490 to 400. Thank my opponent. Let's see what we missed. There was no way of winning that at the end there. Ogimes for 46. And then Geofail was best for 34. AUA for 13. Yep, that looks fine. Melanite Timeline would have been slightly better. I knew there was a third one there. Ilmenite, Melanite, and yeah, and Timeline. The most obvious one is the one I missed, and the 2 obscure ones I spotted. It happens like that sometimes. Oomph for 39. That was best. Now I did think of Fizz, but I just thought this spot is so hot that if opponent gets an X or a K or something here, then actually maybe Fizz would have been better, but because there weren't a whole lot of, but even the W there with a Y is a 50-point play, so I thought take out the most dangerous hotspot and then utilize your Z next turn. I still think there's merit to that reasoning. Now, Peel for 18. And then Cos for 48. Cuz for 45. Giving a score through the trip. I still like Cos. Ween for 31 was best for opponent. And then Cheese for 30. Chi for 33. But I did have the 6 play here already. And yeah, if I'd spotted it earlier, I probably would have played 6 and then, although, yeah, because I still had the QI, even if that rack didn't improve. Any E would make that rack quite good, or an O, Kokies. But yeah, I do like 6 at this stage of the game as well. Now opponent's got Vum for 16, it looks fine. And then I play 6 at this stage, that was best. Gulp was best here. Opponent goes with Pirog. Now Bungs for 40 was best. I was thinking of nursing the rack towards bingo territory, but it's better to go for the points when you've got a lead. Just keep forging ahead. Now opponent's got a few bingos, dilatory and filatory. He goes with dilatory. And there was the bingo nictated. Now that's a word. And edacity. Edacity, not a bingo, but nictated. I've played that before a few times, so I'm surprised I missed it. Yeah, that was costly, because that would have maintained my bingo lead. And look at this rack. Gee, very unpromising, but opponent finds nut brown through a U. Wow. Impressive. And then Deet for 33 was best from that rack. Now opponent's got Ken for 37. And he forges ahead with that play. Now he's got a 45-point lead going into the end game. Hula was best for 32 with a decent rack leave. And yeah, and then opponent's got, wow, a good rack here. Now I see why he did what he did, Vasti, because it scored well. It took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bingo lanes, because he had to assume that I had the second blank. So I see why he did what. Actually, it took out more than 5. It took out 1, 2, 3, 4 bingos ending in IC, 5, 6. It actually killed 6 bingo lanes. That's impressive. So Vasti was exactly what I would have done to maintain the lead and hugely limit the bingo play potential from the opponent. So fine move there by opponent. And now let's see, Yeared at 15k. Now that doesn't address that's a 30-point play, a good score, but is it going to be enough to block bingos? For example, Erigeron. That would have been Genitor. Yeah, I just feel that with those remaining tiles, there's going to be a bingo ending O something. So Yeared would have given an extra space under the O, not 2 but 1, and Geronimo, for example. Now opponent's going to bingo either way, and he's got the R and the B, so he's bingoing 100% of the time. So nothing I could do, and that's why I thought if I block that, but maybe I would have been better served to block. If I played on to the D, for example, maybe a play of, but it's such a poor score that opponent just coasts to victory anyway. So I might have blocked bingos through the O and also from B and R, but I wouldn't have bridged the gap. So I just went for the highest score I could. And I mean, Yeared was a higher score, but look at this for a dream rack. Just absolute manna from heaven. Probably even a bingo through the B. So that was opponent's rack, and have a look at all these bingos. He had Ripino from the R. No, L4. Ripino there, yeah, ending in NO. So the overlap was always going to be best. Inferno, zeroing, eroding, mooring, overing, redoing, pyrogen. Iron Man is what he goes with. And reboring. Anyway, that was the end of the game. And yeah, pretty good game. Nick Tated was the big miss. Don't know whether it would have affected the outcome, but at that stage of the game it was crucial because it would have maintained that bingo lead and kept the pressure on opponent to keep scoring. So hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.